What is going on, guys? Zuggy Fishing here, back to you with another video. Hope y'all are so well, living positively, beautifully, confidently, loving life, because that is the most important thing. Living worry and stress-free. Y'all are awesome. Y'all take one step at a time. Just be confident through it all. Y'all got this. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Zuggy Fishing. We do everything positive on the channel, positive vibes all over the place. And if you like fishing and the outdoors, this is the place for you. So make sure to hit that red subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and a comment. Follow me on Instagram at Zuggy Fishing and on TikTok at Zuggy Fishing as well. Y'all, I have a very special video for y'all today. Today, something came in the package that I have in my hands, and it's one of the sickest baits I've ever seen. Here, we have the brand spanking new, the new GOOGAN Squad Junior Contender swim bait. This is the new GOOGAN Squad Junior Contender. It's a two-jointed big swim bait. Now, this is the junior. There are bigger sizes as well. However, the old Contender is sick. We're gonna be taking a look at this bait today. It's swimming action. I'll be telling you guys a little bit about it and what the Contender is about. The video is sponsored by Carl's Bait and Tackle. Carl's Bait and Tackle is a hub for all your fishing gear. Y'all can get rods, reels, line. Basically, if you're a fisherman, Carl's is the place for you. Y'all go check out Carl's Bait and Tackle by clicking the link in my description. Go checking it out. Go buy all of the fishing gear you need. You don't have to go to Dick's Sporting Goods anymore. Don't have to go to the local tackle stops. Carl's is the place for you. So y'all, if you become a Carl's Club member, y'all can get so much money off of different baits. 30+% off of all the baits in the store, all the accessories, rods, reels, line. Such a significant discount on all of your fishing goods. Make sure to go check out Carl's Bait and Tackle. The link is in the description. Y'all, the GOOGAN Squad Contender swim bait. This swim bait came out not too long ago. From the time I'm making this video, it probably came out about 2 weeks ago, give or take a little bit. But right here, I have the bone-colored GOOGAN Squad Junior Contender. So this is the smaller 4.75 inch swim bait. They also make a normal Contender in 7 inches. All the GOOGAN Squad Junior Contender, a two-jointed swim bait. Absolutely sick, and I'm hyped to go over this bait today. A little bit about the Contender. It is a slow sinking swim bait. It is 4.5 inches, I'm sorry, not 4.75, and it weighs 1 ounce. Pretty solid low profile swim bait for the Junior Contender. It's 7 inches, and it's just a bigger presentation. This is the smaller presentation, low profile swim bait. So this is like the swim bait if you were in a pond or lake and you see kind of smaller profile bait fish, smaller bluegill, smaller shad, anything like that, a smaller profile bait fish. If you guys don't see any big bait, any big forage, y'all want to be throwing at the Junior Contender to mimic that junior size. Y'all, this is a 6 swim bait, so if you have any smaller bait fish, bluegill, any small shad, y'all want to be using the Junior Contender. If you have bigger forage, bigger bait fish, y'all want to be using the normal Contender. You just want to match the hatch, really, and there's tons of different colors. I'm going to read off those colors in just a second, but this is the bone-colored Contender. The Contender, I'm going to read what's on the back of this. It's a collaboration with Catchco. So Catchco and GOOGAN Baits, that's how they make their baits, all their hard baits at least. So I'm going to read off what's on the back of the Contender. I already read off the metrics. It's slow sinking. It's 4.5 inches, and it is 1 ounce in weight. So I'm going to read off what's on the back. So the slow sinking body of the Junior Contender, an unrivaled lifelike motion in the water. 3-jointed body. So this is 3-jointed. I am getting this all wrong today. It is 3-jointed. The 3-jointed body is also painted with deliciously tasty details to fool the savviest fish. Really like that description. I think that's it's pretty convincing. Rotating hook hangers are included to help your mondo from shaking the hooks. Fish a Junior Contender with a slow, steady retrieve for maximum mondo action. Exactly what a tip I'd recommend. So we're gonna take the Junior Contender out of the package today and look at this bait, look at its makings, look at it in the water. It's gonna be pretty sick. Now the Junior Contender, I'm hyped to show you guys this bait. I've been waiting for this bait for a long time. And from the first impressions of this bait, this is pretty sick. Ladies and gents, right here, we have the GOOGAN Squad Contender in the bone color. Like this color, I kind of pick randomly with the colors, to be honest. This kind of imitates a shad in the ponds, a low profile shad. We do have bluegill colors as well, which I highly recommend, different shad patterns, tons of other different types of contenders. This is the bone colored right here. It's a 3-jointed swim bait. We're gonna get a close up of what this bait looks like. It looks pretty sick. Y'all, it's a 3-jointed swim bait. So you have those 3 joints right there with the tail included. And what I like this tail. I think this is interesting. I have not seen a lot of swim baits with this tail. It's kind of like this hard plastic tail right here. I think it's pretty interesting. I mean, the baby bull shad, for example, which is a similar bait to this. It is a 3/4 jointed bait. However, it does have that kind of feathered tail, but this is different. This is a hard plastic tail. So it is a hard swim bait, so very realistic right here. It's kind of like memory foam type. That's not the right wording, but it's kind of like, you know, conformative right here. It's pretty sick. It's a pretty cool realistic tail. GOOGAN Squad Contender Junior is looking pretty sick in the pretty sick overall. I mean, this is the belly view right here, 2 strong trebles on them. Then got that side view, as I've been showing you guys, with the GOOGAN Squad logo right in the eye. Now this has a little split ring right here, so you could attach your line to it, which I think is pretty cool. Instead of that, you know, straight oval right there, you got the little split ring coming off the head right there. Then I showed you before, you got this signature tail. It's kind of a purple color in the bone, which I think is pretty cool overall, but it's kind of hard plastic. It's not that soft baby bull shad type tail. Well, swim bait fishing is not my strongest overall. However, I do know some things about it, and from watching other YouTubers, I mainly don't throw swim baits in the ponds and lakes around me just because the fish aren't the biggest and there aren't tons and tons of bait fish in the pond. Summer though, I'm going to crack down on swim bait fishing and bring you guys tons and tons of videos with swim baits. I'm using the GOOGAN Squad Contender, the baby bull shad from Catchco and Carl's Bait and Tackle, tons and tons of other stuff, maybe some Huddleston swim baits, not sure yet, but this is totally going to be on the top of the list. Oh, swim bait fishing overall, when you want to fish the Contender, you can fish it. It's a very versatile bait in terms of all year round, fall, winter, spring, summer. You can utilize a versatile swim bait. As I said before, depending on, you know, what body of water you're fishing and the forage of the bait fish, it's a big size of bait fish or small bait fish, that's what type of Contender you want to throw. Bigger bait fish is the Contender, smaller bait fish is the Junior Contender. Y'all, you can throw the swim bait a lot of different ways. We're going to show you guys in just a second about how to actually fish the swim bait with different patterns and the action of the Contender in the water. However, in terms of where you want to fish this bait, very versatile, ponds, lakes, anything like that, rivers, canals, even catch big ones in canals. But y'all want to throw swim baits along the banks. You're like an injured bait fish in the water. So if those bait fish are pushed up on the banks, you see bass busting on banks, you see any bait fish up along those banks, throw the old Contender up shallow, up along those banks to imitate those already there bait fish. You could also throw the swim bait deep. It's very versatile in that sense. You know, when you're slow rolling it and it has that crazy action and it sinks to the bottom, it's very versatile. You fish it deep waters too, not only if they're pushed up shallow, but if bass are busting out deep, throw this thing deep. Depends on where the bait fish are. You know, if you're fishing a shad color Contender, you want to, and they're busting up along the bank, throw up against the bank. You know, on contrast, if you throw it out deep, throw it out deep. The GOOGAN Squad Contender is sick. There's a multitude of ways you can fish that. Up on the bank, up deep. Also, roll this thing by structure. You can deflect it off of things. I don't usually recommend that because it usually gets snagged, but roll it right by brush. Roll along broken tree branches in the water, any brush like that. Like out here, we have a lot of brush piles up there in that, like right here, for example, we have a tree limb. Roll it right past there. Look like an injured bait fish in the water. You just overall want to roll this thing. It's very versatile. It is a pretty versatile bait in terms of where you want to fish this thing, shallow, deep. You can pretty much fish it anywhere. Squad Contender is sick. This is the bone color. I'm going to read off some of the colors that are in all of the Contenders, but after that, we are going to look at this bait out on the water. Colors of the GOOGAN Squad Contender. We have the crappie color, which I think is pretty versatile to make it look like an injured crappie in the water. Bass could totally be feeding on that. We have the bone color, which is the one right here. We have a bluegill color, which is pretty versatile. We have a baby bass color, because those bass sometimes feed on their prey when they're hungry. And then we have a gizzard shad color. So a pretty versatile lineup in terms of colors with the GOOGAN Squad Contender. Now, I just tied up the old bone Contender. We're gonna look it up on the water. So we got the baby. All right, y'all, so we have the Junior Contender tied on. Now, this is the first time I'm ever gonna be casting this thing out. First impressions, real impression on camera. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Wow, okay. I'm impressed. Y'all, you see that action of the bait? Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Wow, okay. Okay, I see you, Contender. I see you. Okay, I see you. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Wow. Okay, guys, I'm shocked with the immense action on this bait. This thing is crazy. I've never seen a swim bait with the, oh my gosh, look at that action. Look at that, especially with the pause patterns. Like, look at this thing. So basically, if you slow retrieve this bait, this is what it looks like. Crazy S action, similar to the baby bull shad. It's really, really crazy. Look at this. If you slow swim this thing, it's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. It's nuts. It's just an abrasive action overall, which I love. And plus, you have those rattles in the contender that put off so much more vibration. Look, you go fast. Oh my gosh, that thing's awesome. You also have those rattles inside that make it key. So we're gonna cast this thing out one more time. Look at it, it's slow, sinking action, just like, oh my gosh. So y'all, the action is sick, as you can see. This is my first time ever using the swim bait. It's sick. Now we're gonna look at it in terms of its sinking action and the action when you stop it. So we're gonna cast it out, kind of do a slow retrieve and let it sink. So I'm gonna do a slow retrieve, sink. Okay, yeah, that's pretty sick. All right, it just got tangled up a little bit, but that's pretty sick at this bait. So boom, and it's the slow sinking action on this thing is great. It literally looks like a flamboyant injured bait fish in the water. I think this thing is awesome. I love this thing. I'm hyped at the action of this thing. I'm hyped to use it. It's sick. Like, the action on it is impeccable. I didn't really expect that, to be honest, which I think is pretty sick. We're gonna take a look at it again. So when you want to be fishing this bait, you know, you can slow retrieve it, although it's not ideal. You know, you cast it out, you can slow retrieve it like that. However, I totally would not do that. Slow sinking swim bait, so I would recommend doing something like this. So I remember, you know, let it sink a little bit, have a slow retrieve, let that bait do its action, then let it pause, let it sink, make it look like a bait fish is falling. And as that bait is falling, this bait will give off so much flash and attraction. So we're gonna pitch it out, let it sink. You can slow retrieve it, put your rod tip down, and then pause it, and then let it fall. Like, it looks like an injured bait fish trying to dart off, but then it just dies. Like, it's a very good bait to look like a bait fish is vulnerable. So you let it sink down, do a slow retrieve, pause it. Look, it looks like the bait fish is dying. So sick. That bluegill's dying, that shad's dying, whatever. And then if you give it some twitch pauses, twitch patterns as well. Look at this. So we're gonna cast it out right there and then twitch it. Like, make it look like a falling bait fish. It's so sick. Slow retrieve it, twitch it, make it fall like a little crazy injured bait fish in the water. I think that's a great tip. And overall, recommend pausing, stopping, and starting this bait, as well as slow retrieving it. If you guys have a good, you know, pattern going on with that, totally get some bites out of the old contender. So this thing's sick. We're gonna slow roll it again. We're gonna put it down and slow roll it. Oh my gosh, the action on this thing is nuts. But y'all, I wouldn't really recommend doing that. I would kind of just cast it out, let it sink, and then slow roll it, and then pause it, and let it sink even more. Slow roll it for a little bit, pause it, maybe go slow, and then go fast. Always have different speeds as well. Slow, fast, slow, fast. It's great for swim bait fishing. Let it sink down, go fast-ish, go let it pause, slow maybe, let it pause, twitch it maybe, twitch it, go fast, let it pause. Make it look like an injured bait fish, and that's exactly what this thing looks like. It looks like an injured shad in the water, which I think is so sick. Can be very versatile for all that. So here we go. Cast it out again. Let it sink. It's a slow sinking jerkbait, which I love. So twitch it, let it pause. Let it go fast, let it pause. Like, look, it just looks like an injured bait fish is swimming normally, and then it just dies. It just dies down. And I think that's very versatile. To look like this bait is such a vulnerable meal. I think this thing is sick. Let that pause. That pause is really essential. Many people, you know, are just going to want to slow roll this thing. However, that's not the most effective action of this bait. You totally want to slow roll it, but then let it pause. That pause is so key to look like an injured bait fish. Twitches, speed up, speed down. Look like that bait fish is on its last leg. A bluegill, a shad, anything like that. Make it look like it's on its last leg. You know, twitch it. Make it look like it's on the verge of, you know, sinking to the bottom, and it's done. Come in going like fast, slow, especially with the slow sinking action on the contender. It's pretty sick with those twitch pause patterns as well. Literally looks like an injured shad, injured bait fish in the water, depending on what color you get, the bluegill, the baby bass, whatever you want. It's pretty sick stuff overall. So we're gonna get one more cast with the contender. I think this thing is sick. More cast with the old contender. Boom. Look at that thing. Just let it pause, let it sink. Beautiful X action. Oh my gosh, thing is impeccable. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I honestly can't get over this bait. I think it's sick. Oh my god, I'm so happy I made this video today to share with you guys the contender. I think this thing is awesome. Big old swim bait. swim bait equals some big fish in the contender, especially this low profile in the ponds and lakes that I'm fishing. Oh my gosh, look at that. Beautiful. Pause. Can't get much better than that. You want that slow retrieve, but that pause is really key. Y'all, the GOOGAN Squad Contender. I am very surprised about the action of this bait. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. Sorry for those geese back there. Didn't know what to expect, to be honest. The S action, the swimming action on this bait is absolutely insane. I really can't get over it. I think it's so awesome, especially with that slow sinking twitch pause pattern. This bait is key. This is the GOOGAN Squad Contender right here. I think this thing is awesome. It's swimming motion, it's slow sinking action. I absolutely love this bait. This is the junior GOOGAN Squad Contender, ladies and gents. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I'm gonna leave Carl's bait and tackle link down below. You can get tons of GOOGAN baits and other baits from that video. And the contender will soon be on Carl's, and I will let you guys know as soon as that happens on my Instagram. Hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If you like fishing outdoors and positivity, hit that red subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and a comment. The junior contender, absolutely sick. Be positive, just fish.